Submitted by guide continuous assessment. ये कर्व का विचार नंबर पे आके चला पेपर में आया था एक नंबर 4 मार्क.
Okay, so there was some little disturbance from the side. So now it is being resolved. So please join. Please tell your friends to join once again. Okay, so I am Professor Digvijay Runge. I've been teaching this subject from last 3 years. So I have very proficiency in the subject of thermal engineering. So you may be wondering, sir, what is thermal engineering? So what is all this? So you have been admitted to the mechanical engineering course. This course is being divided into various streams, as you see. So here, mechanical engineering can be studied. Like there is one domain called design engineering, where you have been designing things or systems as per requirement of the customer. Then there is another stream called thermal engineering. In thermal engineering, there are again another streams are there. Like you may have studied, or you may have heard, like fluid dynamics, heat and mass transfer, refrigeration, air conditioning, applied thermodynamics or basic thermodynamics, etc., etc. Then there is another varied terms, like it goes to the operations. In operations, we have form, we have operation research, we have inventory control, etc., etc. And again, there is another term domain for the production. In production, there is again another domains are there, which goes for the tool engineering or production engineering, etc., etc. So under mechanical engineering, this is a big domain. Under that, there are very small domains are there. So out of this, you already have studied in your diploma engineering. Okay. Now today we are going to study about the applied thermodynamics. Okay. So in your diploma, you have already studied the thermodynamics subject. So I know DS5 students, they have very much difficulty understanding this subject of thermodynamics, or they have very difficulty in understanding subject related to thermodynamics. You see, design related subjects are easier to digest, easier to study because they are straightforward, right? If you take the example like in a beam, so beam deflection is very regular or simple problem. There you have to remember the formula for the deflection. You have to put the values and you will get the answer. So that way, mechanics or the design engineering subjects we consider are very straightforward. But when it comes to the thermal engineering, in that case, we have to apply a logic in that case because it is already because it always considered energy is there, energy inflow or energy at a closed system. So like that energy you have to assume like there is an energy flow is there. So in that case, it requires some extra efforts by your side to understanding of the thermal engineering. So in that case, this subject will take extra efforts from you. But once you understand this subject, there is nothing much left to say as difficult compared to others, right? There are very basic concepts are there in thermal engineering or in applied thermodynamics. So we have first law, second law of thermodynamics. Then we have the concept of entropy. We have the concept of gases, liquids, etc., etc. Right? These are very basic concepts that we first study in this subject. Once you understand the basic laws and the concept of entropy, then we can move towards the applied term. Okay. Now the here subject name here it is applied thermodynamics. Right? Why it is applied thermodynamics and not thermodynamics? Because here in this case we are going to study an application of the thermodynamics. Now here the application is nothing but a thermal power plant. Right? So we know that in India we have various electricity generation projects are there. Some are nuclear based, some are coal based, some are hydraulic based, right? So we have various boards for that. We have NTPC, National Thermal Power. We have NHPC, like National Hydropower, etc., etc. Right? So in your diploma also, you might have gone to some visits for the power stations. You might have studied or seen the turbines, boilers, compressors, condenser, etc., etc. So in this subject also we are going to study about the one example of thermal power plant. Right? So first we are going to study the basics of thermodynamics. Then we are going to study various components which are involved in a thermal power plant. Right? So in our district in Solapur also we have one plant, National Thermal Power Corporation (NTPC's) plant is there, which is coal based. Right? We are using coal as a fuel. Then that energy is utilized to convert water into steam. Then that steam will be used for the power generation. We'll get the electricity. So like that, very simple cycle is there. So for that, first we should know what are the concepts involved in the subject of thermodynamics. Okay. So first of all, I will put a poll here, and let us see how many of you are really aware of these basic terms which are used in the thermal engineering. Right. Okay. So wait, I'm creating a poll. Okay, so I will launch the poll. So go to the poll. There I have launched a poll. The question is there on your screen. So it is very basic question. It is there. What is energy? Right. So energy we have been studying from our school days. Right. We have been studying force. We have been studying work. We have been studying energy. All these basic concepts we have been studying. But my basic question here it is: what is energy? Right. So you have four options in front of you: a thing, a substance, cannot see but present, or is it imaginary? So all the participants vote. So as I can see, there are 37 participants are there. Please participate in the poll. Let us see your opinions. So 4 people have voted. Other 35 people are also requested to go to the poll. Let us see how many of you are aware of the concept of the energy. Okay. So obviously this is just for me knowing you how much you understand the concept of energy. So 1 people have voted for a thing. 14 people have voted for option number C. Others also put your efforts or give your inputs. Yes, 22 people. Good, good. Right. Now I'll share the results. Hope you are able to see the results. 22 people have voted. In that, 20 people have voted for option number C. Yes, we cannot see the energy, but it is present, right? Okay. Now I will create another question here. Okay. Okay. Now I will launch another poll. Let us see your responses. So again, go to the polls. You will see another question being asked. The question is, can we create energy? Okay. So first question was, what is energy? So the right answer was, we cannot see, but it is present. It is actually the driving thing behind all the processes happening in the world. Now the second question here it is, can we create energy? Okay. So 7 people have voted for yes. 7 people have voted. Now the 10 people have voted for yes. For no, 7 people have voted. Now don't go with the majority, right? Use your own brain, think on it, right? 1 people have voted for maybe yes. So that is what I expected, that you should apply your own mind. Don't go with the majority. 28 people, 29 people have voted for. Okay, 30 people, good. So majority have given the answer for yes. Now here thing it is, energy is conserved. That means energy, total quantity of energy in the universe is present. It is constant. We cannot create the energy, we cannot destroy the energy. The total amount of energy in the world is, or the universe is, or in the whole this universe is constant. Now we can only utilize one part of energy, we can convert it into another part, right? So you might have heard this concept before also. Let us say I am putting fuel into my bike, right? So that fuel has some chemical energy, right? Fuel has some chemical energy. Now that I start the bike, now what happens? Engine gets started. In engine, the chemical energy of the fuel is converted into mechanical energy of the engine. So that way the total energy remains constant, but there is a conversion, right? So the answer is no. That is number 2 answer is correct. Okay, so these are very light questions I am taking here just to know your understanding. Okay. Okay. Now let me ask you another very important question here. Okay, now the third question is there in the poll. Can we create mass? So second question was, can we create energy? Now here the question is, can we create mass? Okay. So it is obvious that we cannot see energy, but we can see mass. Okay, mass we can see, which is generally measured in terms of kilogram. Now here again, 3 options are there: yes, no, and maybe. Can we create mass? Okay, mass can be anything. Mass of a substance, like mass of this table, mass of this laptop, mass of mobile, which is generally measured in terms of kilogram. So that mass, can we create mass? Create means can we introduce or we can create new? So already there is mass enough in this universe. Can I create new mass? So that question is asked. 17 people have voted for yes, 3 people have voted for no. So apply your own mind, don't go with the majority. Okay, the previous question was, can we create energy? Now this question is, can we create mass? So 27 people have voted. Correct answer here it is no. Again, in this case, the total mass in the universe is fixed. It is constant. We cannot increase the mass. We cannot decrease the mass. Mass is constant. Mass can be transferred. There is a concept of mass transfer. Mass can be transferred like energy. Like I said in the second question, energy constant. The total amount of energy in the universe is constant. We can only transfer energy from one form to another. In the case of mass also, mass is constant. We can only transfer from one location to another location. I will lift this laptop, I will put it into another room, so mass transfer takes place. So the total mass here in this case is constant. Okay. So correct answer here it is again, no, we cannot create mass. So this is just a quick revision. You already have studied this subject, but I'm just checking how much you know really about this subject of thermodynamics. Correct? Okay. Now we'll start today's lecture. So we'll see what is the subject of thermodynamics. Then we'll see how to how this syllabus is structured, how much marks been allocated, what are the internal marks, and what is the exam structure is there. Okay. So by the time I open the syllabus and all, you can put in the chat box your favorite subject that was there in the diploma. So I'm giving you a chance to express your thoughts. The chat box you can put what was your favorite subject in your diploma. Okay. So put in the chat box. I hope you are able to chat. Yes. The chat box you can put what was your favorite subject when you are studying in diploma. Yes, you can go to the chat box. There you can type. So let me check how many of you like what was your favorite subject when we were studying the diploma. Okay, go to the chat box. It is very free. This is very free platform is there. Right. Yes, Prathamesh Kodi, he says song. Okay. Again, Nilesh says Tom. Aviraj says FMM. Good. Then Ajay Kore M2. Wow. So there is somebody who likes maths, right? Then there is Vinayak Gunje. He says Tom, right? Pragati, she says song. Great. Again, M2, another fan of M2 I have found here. Dakshata says applied mechanics, SOM, design, and AutoCAD. So good. Another student, she has mentioned here it is AutoCAD. Very good. Then Tom. So majority I see there is SOM for and Tom, right? Okay. So it is understandable. Tom is very interesting subject. the subjects are very interesting to study. Like system is there, what is the machine, what is the system, the kinematic pairs, the governor, right, etc. etc. Those subjects are very interesting. Again, in SOM is also very interesting. If you see one point of view, like the marks are very secure in SOM. Like so, when I was preparing for GATE examination after mechanical engineering, so in that case also I found that SOM or engineering mechanics are the subject where you can secure marks. The marks are very 100% you are sure that this is the formula, you have to put the input values, you will get the answer and you get the marks, right? So these subjects are very sure short subject. If you like, you have very good proficiency in SOM and mechanics, you are likely to get more marks in the GATE examination. Okay, so somebody is there who likes fluid mechanics. So that part I liked it because majority of students are going after the design subject. So all this SOM term, we refer them as a design subject, right? So there is a domain of design engineering, there is a domain of thermal engineering. So all these are referred to the design engineering. Fluid mechanics, heat transfer, they can be referred to the thermal engineering domain. Suraj says AEN. So I don't know what is AEN. Sudhir says design and production. Good. So there is only one student I can see who is interested in production. Okay, so I will share the screen now, and Sudhir Raut has raised hand. Okay, what is it? Asauri, she said thermal. Okay, so finally someone is there who is who has liking in field of thermal. Good. So again, I will repeat the thermal subject. It takes effort to understand it, but once you understand, things are very easy afterwards. Okay, and this is very foundation. Applied thermodynamics is a foundation for many subjects. So there is a heat transfer is there in your third year. Then there is a refrigeration air conditioning is there in your last year. But you understood the, if you understood the basic concept, then other things become very easy. Okay, let me share the screen, then we can start. So I hope you are able to see the screen. So this is your syllabus for the applied thermodynamics, right? The first section here, the first chapter is basic laws of thermodynamics. Here we'll see first law, second law of thermodynamics. We'll see the concept of entropy, etc., etc. Second is properties of pure substances and steam, right? So from this chapter number 2, your this term starts applied, right? So the subject name is applied thermodynamics. First chapter is related to basics of thermodynamics, and the remaining chapters are related to the applied part. So applied part here it is related to a thermal power plant station, right? So we are going to study what are the components involved in a thermal power plant. Chapter 2 is related to steam production. Chapter 3 is performance of boilers, right? So again, you may be aware that there is exam of boiler proficiency. If you do that examination, then there is another very highly paid jobs for the boiler engineers in the industries. Then the fourth chapter is related to vapor power cycles. Here we are going to study what is the driving mechanism of a power plant. And with this chapter 4, section 1 ends. Section 2, we have steam nozzle, right? Section and chapter number 6 here steam condensers. Chapter number 7 is steam turbines, and chapter number 8 here it is reciprocating air compressors. Okay, so this is the syllabus structure or the syllabus for the ATD. Okay, so we'll move to the actual subject. So syllabus is again pretty much reduced by 30%. So previously the syllabus was very huge for the ATD. Now in previous or the revised syllabus, It has been decreased by 30% almost. Okay. Right. So apply thermodynamics is our subject here. This is me. So I completed my mechanical engineering. Then I completed masters in thermal engineering. So before that, I have appeared for the GATE examination, graduate aptitude test in engineering, which I cleared. From on that basis, I secured admission for masters. Now I'm pursuing my PhD. Okay, so my major domain areas are related to refrigeration, related to the heat transfer, related to fluid dynamics, and some advanced topics like computational fluid dynamics, energy conservation, etc., etc. So if you get a chance to visit the department, we'll discuss the subject in person also. So time being, the lectures are being conducted in online mode. But if you get a chance to visit the department, visit me. If any doubts related to any subject, specifically applied thermodynamics, we can discuss. Okay. Course structure here it is again. ESC, that is external, that is a university examination, 70 marks, internal marks are 30. In this case, 2 ISCs will be conducted, internal test. Their marks will be counted. Okay. So again, this is related to the examination structure. Your online examination, if it occurs, in that case, this will be converted into 50 marks. So after that, you will get marks. So, but general structure here it is external 70, internal 30 marks structure for the applied thermodynamics. Again, some marks will be given for your attendance, obviously, then your general behavior and your submission. If you do the submissions on time, if your attendance is good, behavior is good, you'll get a maximum internal marks. Right? Now the course objectives. So course objective means what objective or what is expected to be studied from this subject. To learn about first law for reactant system and heating value of fuels. To learn about vapor power cycles and their analysis. To learn about flow of steam through nozzles. To learn about reciprocating compressor with and without intercooling. To analyze the performance of steam boilers, steam turbines, and steam condensers. Okay, so these are the components of a power plant: boiler, turbine, condenser, compressor, etc., etc. That also we are going to study. Course outcomes, that means what is expected, or when you complete this course of ATD, you should know following points. What you should be able to apply the knowledge of mathematics and science to solve real thermodynamic problems. Evaluate, you should be able to evaluate thermal performance of mechanical devices like boiler, compressor, steam turbine, etc. You should be able to apply the knowledge of basic thermodynamic concepts for analysis of vapor power cycles. You should be able to apply knowledge of thermodynamic concepts for analysis of flow of steam, nozzles, and steam condenser. So, like that way, it has been expected. Once you finish this course, these are the expectations from you. Now, we'll not go today directly to the subject. First, we'll see some of the points. So this is a slide related to NBA, National Board of Accreditation. Our college, specifically our department, has been NBA accredited, also NAC accredited. So what is NBA? So in that case, NBA comes to college, check our standards, checks our teaching methods, check our records, right? In that case, they have designed this Bloom's taxonomy. Okay. So this is a triangle for the Bloom's taxonomy. Its base is for the remember, that means recall the facts and basic concepts. So this is related to your understanding. So these are the 6 levels of understanding. First, whenever you listen any subject or watch a video on YouTube or read a book, first thing comes is remember. So we have been doing this from our childhood. We have been reciting numbers, we have been reciting poems, we have been reciting paragraphs. So that is related to remember. Remembering is the first step, right? Second step comes here, it is a understanding. So out of whatever you remember, how much you understood, that is very important. And that is where this engineering part comes. Okay. So you have come to engineering not only to remember, right? You have come here also to understand the concept, right? And then third step here, it is the apply. You will understand the concept then you will apply the knowledge to solve the real life engineering problem. Okay. So first, these three are related to your academics. Next three are related to real life problems or practical or project related problems. So first it is analyze. So if I say you design this system, design that engine, first step will be analyzing what is that part, analyzing what is that system. Then second is evaluation, right? So if we are working, so I'm your project leader, you are my project members. In that case, first step is analyzing. We'll analyze the project. Evaluation means we'll decide what should be the parameters in that project, what should be done, what should not be done, what should be the cost of the project, etc., etc. And last part here it is create. And then we'll create a prototype. The prototype becomes successful, then we can go for the actual production. So this is nothing but a Bloom's taxonomy. We will come across this. These are the 6 levels of understanding and applying the knowledge. First 3 are related to the academic part. Later 3 are related to your project part. So in that case, 2 things are given: program outcomes, program specific outcomes are given. Program outcomes means when you finish the engineering, what is expected by you, what society should expect, or as a parents or as teacher, what we expect from you. Second is program specific outcomes. When you finish mechanical engineering, what society or your parents or teachers will expect from you. So that will be program specific outcomes. So that is being given in the documentation, and accordingly we are being working in our department. So that is why we are being accredited by NBA many times. Right. So chapter number 1 is basic laws of thermodynamics. We'll see, or we'll start in the next lecture. Here syllabus I will recall it, or I will read it. Review of basic concept, application of first law of thermodynamics to chemically reacting system. In that we'll study standard enthalpy of reaction, standard enthalpy of formation, standard enthalpy of combustion. Second point here it is second law of thermodynamics. That will study limitations of first law, heat engine, refrigerator, and heat pump. We'll see Kelvin-Planck statement and Clausius statements and their equivalents. Third point here it is reversibility and aerosity, Carnot cycle. We'll see principle of entropy increase, etc., etc. Right. So this is the syllabus of chapter number 1. But don't worry, my first and the foremost effort will be for laying the foundation of thermodynamics. We'll start from the basics. We'll first understand what are the properties like pressure, temperature, energy, etc., etc. We'll first understand the properties. Then we'll understand the processes. Once you understand the processes, then we can go to the first law of thermodynamics. So we will not directly jump to the first law. First, we'll see what are the basic terms which are used in the thermodynamics. Okay, so that is enough for today. If you have any doubt or questions up to this point, you can ask. Okay, and regarding your attendance, you can type into the chat box. So when I finish this lecture, a separate file is created for your attendance. From that, we copy that attendance to our records, right? So like that way it works. So in the chat box, okay, so some are writing it as a SB18, SB12, etc., etc. Okay, so from next lecture onwards, just simply type your number. Don't type SB or anything. Just simply type your roll number. If your roll number is 1, you should type only 1. If your roll number is 10, you will type only 10. Don't type SB, don't type anything before that number. Okay. For my lecture, if your other teacher has suggested, follow their instruction. But for my lecture, if I put in your attendance, simply write the roll number. If your roll number is 50, write only 50. Right? Okay. The chat box. So there is a question. Tell me about GATE. GATE. Okay, GATE. It is actually a graduate aptitude test in engineering. You can appear it after your graduation or in the third year also. Now you can apply. From third year onwards, you can apply for that examination. If you crack that examination, you are able to take admissions for masters. If you score very well in that examination, let us say 90 percentile, 80 percentile, in open category, you can go for a highly paid jobs in the PSU companies like NTPC, NHPC, Indian Oil, ONGC, etc., etc. Okay, again, those who are in caste or in category, for them, again, this score will be low. If you able to score 50 percentile in the gate, you can also go for the PSU companies, right? The starting package of PSU companies about 10 lakhs, right? So in campus placement, you may get package of 5 to 6 lakhs. But if you crack gate, and you can, if you are selected in PSU companies, your starting package is about 10 lakhs. It can be 11 lakhs, 12 lakhs. So one of our alumni, he after graduation, he took 1 year gap and he prepared for GATE. He cracked the GATE very good marks. Then he was selected in one of the PSU, Engineering India Limited, in which he got the package of 16 lakhs. So that way also you can see your future in one of those companies. So don't worry, I will be explaining these terms as time comes. For today, we'll stop here.